Welcome to the Console Tools section. Let's take a look at what console tools are available in Right-Click Tools Community Edition. First up, we have the AD Security Groups tool. This displays all Active Directory group memberships for a device. Next up, we have the Connect to C drive. This opens the client's C drive in a local Windows Explorer window. Next up is the Delete Device from Active Directory. This deletes devices from Active Directory as it sounds. Next up is Delete Devices from Config Manager. You can probably figure out this one as well. This deletes devices from Config Manager. Next up is the Group Policy Update. This forces an update to a computer policy, user policy, or both. Next up we have Interactive Command Prompt. This opens the command prompt on the remote device. Next we have Interactive PowerShell Prompt. Opens a PowerShell prompt over PS remoting. Next up, Manage Computer. This opens the computer management window. Next up we have Open Regedit. This opens the registry editor and connects to the remote device. Up next is Ping System. This sends an ICMP echo request. Next is Running Processes. This lists all processes running on a remote device. Up next is the Send Notification tool. This sends custom notifications to selected devices. Up next is the System Information tool. This displays information about the operating system, hardware, applications, Windows updates, services, drivers, user profiles, local groups, and batteries. This tool's functionality is limited in the Community Edition of Right-Click Tools. Up next we have Wake on LAN. This turns on or awakens the device by sending a network message. Next we have Cancel Pending Restart or Shutdown. This runs shutdown.exe/A on the remote device, aborting any imminent restarts or shutdowns. Up next is Schedule Restart or Shutdown. This creates a scheduled task in Windows Task Scheduler to shut down or restart a device at a set time. Up next is Restart Systems. This triggers a device restart. And then we also have Shutdown Systems. This initiates a shutdown of selected devices. And that's all for the console tools. So now that we know what console tools are available in Right-Click Tools Community Edition, let's go ahead and jump into the demo. In our Config Manager console, I have our devices node selected. I also have a device selected here. I'm going to go ahead and right-click to pull up our Right-Click Tools menu. Go to our console tools to access all of the available console tools. The first tool is the AD Security Groups tool. When open, this will give us the primary group, direct group membership with the name and the AD Domain Services folder, nested group membership with the name, AD Domain Services folder, and the parent group name. We can click the Add New Direct Group button. From here, we can either search for a group by typing in or hit search to pull up the full list. Go ahead and find a group that we want to add this device to. Once we find our group and select it, we can also multi-select with Control or Shift. Once we have all of the groups selected, hit Add to Selected Security Groups. We will get a confirmation to make sure that we want to do this. Up next is the Connect to C drive tool. Selecting this will pull up the remote C drive of the device that we had selected. Up next is the Delete Device from Active Directory. Pretty self-explanatory. Selecting this will allow us to delete this device from Active Directory. We will get a confirmation box to confirm that we want to delete this device from Active Directory. Hitting yes will kick off removing that device from Active Directory. Similarly, we have a Delete Device from Config Manager tool as well. Selecting this will also make us confirm that we want to delete this device from Config Manager, and hitting yes will perform the deletion from Config Manager. Next up, we have the Group Policy Update tool. When selecting the tool, we get a pop-up box with the name of the computer. From here, we get checkboxes to allow us to either run machine policy, user policy, or both. Hitting the start button will kick off the Group Policy Update. When completed, we get the success status. Up next, we have the Interactive Command Prompt tool, which will open a command prompt on the remote device. Similarly, we also have a Interactive PowerShell Prompt tool, which will open a PowerShell prompt on the remote device. Next up is the Manage Computer tool. This will open the computer management snap-in for that device. Up next, we have the Open Regedit tool. This will open the registry editor for the remote device. Next, we have the Ping System tool. This will send an ICMP echo request. From this box, we get real-time ping statistics for the device we are pinging with the reply from IP address, the host name, the status, how many bytes, the time, and the TTL. In the ping statistics below, we get the total packets sent, how many were successful, how many were unsuccessful, the approximate round trip time in milliseconds, including the minimum, maximum, and average. Next up, we have the running processes tool. Opening this gives us a list of all running processes on the device, including the PID, the process name, the executable path, the username, the working set memory, and the command line. From here, we can select the process, right-click, and kill the process if needed. Up next is the send notification tool. This will allow us to send a toast notification to your devices. In the community version, we are not able to change the title of the toast notification. That is an enterprise feature, but we can go ahead and pop in a message here. We're also not able to add a logo image. That is also a enterprise feature. We hit the send notification, and you can see we got our toast notification here. Next up is my personal favorite tool, the system information tool. Still provides a lot of great information about your devices and can make it easier to remotely troubleshoot issues. The first tab is our operating systems tab. We'll get the OS build, the OS name, the OS version. When expanded, we get the computer name, the IP address of the computer, the domain, the console user, whether or not it is pending a restart, the install date, and the last restart time. From our hardware tab, we get the manufacturer and the model. This is a VM, so we don't get much useful information here. But expanding, we get the computer name, the MAC address, the serial number, the BIOS version, and the BIOS date. The Applications tab gives us the installed applications on this device, including the name of the application, the architecture, the publisher, the install date, the version number, and the uninstall string if it is listed. We can go ahead and select an application here, and as long as the uninstall string is populated, we can hit uninstall. Just like that, we've uninstalled VLC Media Player from the System Information tool. The next tab we have is the Windows Updates tab, which shows recently installed Windows updates. We get the KB article, the description, and the first install date. Expanding these, we can see when it was installed on and by who. Up next is the Services tab. From here, we get a full list of the services on the device with the name and the display name. From here, we can expand it to see the computer name, the domain, the start mode, and the current status. We can select services to either start, stop, or restart the services. We can also set the start mode, whether it be start automatic delayed start disabled, or start manual. Up next is our drivers tab, which lists the device name, device class, driver date, driver version, whether or not it is signed, as well as the device ID. The next tab is the User Profiles tab. Within the User Profiles tab, we get the username of the profile, the SID, and we can expand further to see whether or not it is loaded, the last use time, whether or not it's in WMI, whether or not it's in the registry, whether a profile path exists or not, as well as the profile path. From here, we can select a profile and hit delete, and this will fully delete the profile from the device. No more needing to double check that your admins removed all of the components of the profile and not just the profile folder. The next tab is the Local Group Members tab. This will list all of the local groups with the group name and how many members. We can expand these to see the members that are within these groups. If we need to, we can select a group member and hit the remove button to remove them from the group. It's going to be a great way to remove unnecessary local admin privileges. The final tab is the batteries tab. Since this is a VM, there will be no battery information here, obviously, but if this was a laptop with batteries, we would get the battery name, the type of battery it is, as well as we could drill down a little bit further to see the availability, the status, the estimated charge remaining, and the condition of that battery. Up next is the Wake on LAN tool. This will go ahead and send a Wake on LAN packet to the device to wake it. Up next is the Cancel Pending Restart or Shutdown. This will abort any pending restarts or shutdowns on this device. When running, we get a shutdown/restart successfully canceled. Next up is the Schedule Restart or Shutdown tool. From here, we can fill in all of the information on when we want this device to restart and what to do if a user is logged in. Once we have all that populated and hit the start button, this will create a scheduled task in the Windows Task Scheduler. Up next is the Restart Systems. This will kick off a restart of the device. When we pull up the tool, we'll get the shutdown/restart toolbox. It'll ask if a user is logged into the computer, what do we want to do? We can restart the device, give them a prompt to cancel, or we can skip the restart if somebody's logged in. We can also adjust a message to display on the device, as well as giving a delay to allow our end users some time to save their work. Once we hit start, we'll get a success status, and that device will restart. The final tool in the console tools section is the shutdown system tool. Similar to the restart tool, this will pull up the shutdown restart toolbox. We'll get that same prompt if a user is logged into a computer. Do we want to shut it down? Give them a prompt to cancel, or just skip the shutdown. We can also provide a delay to allow our users some time to save, and we can adjust the message that will display to the end user on the device. Hitting start will kick off the shutdown of this device. That's a rundown of all the console tools that are available in Right Click Tools Community Edition.